Hi, this is Chinmayi and this is one of my favorite times of the year because it's the Sephora VIB Rouge sale. So this started from the 3rd and it is on till the 6th, and if you're a Sephora VIB Rouge member, you get first access. I'm sure all of you who are Rouge members would know this. Thereafter, from the 10th to the 15th, the sale extends and is open for the others as well. So today I'm going to be telling you about my recommendations, the products that I have loved, and also what I'm thinking of buying in this sale. So stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, first off, I did put up a lot of recommendations on my Instagram page, and if some of you have seen it, I more or less did an alphabetical order, and because the website is right open in front of me, it makes sense to go through the brands as I see them. So first off, I'm going to be talking about Anastasia Beverly Hills. The AB Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette is one of my first eyeshadow palette purchases, and I have loved it. What I have done is I'm not able to show it to you right now because I have depotted it into a bigger palette, a Morphe palette. So if you are looking at investing in a really pigmented, beautiful shade, and that's also suitable for Indian skin tones, I would suggest that you start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. Now that aside, if you're looking for an eyebrow pencil, my favorite has been the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. The only problem that I feel with that is that I have found it to break one side of it. Either the spoolie will break or the pencil might break at times, but despite all these issues, I have loved using it. And from there, next up is a highlighting palette that I want to buy during the sale because it's about $40. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. It has been recommended by one of my favorite YouTubers, Stephanie Nicole. So I am going to be buying this time. She said that it does, and looking at the shade range, it looks like it might suit us brown girls as well. So I'm going to be buying that, and once I'm done, I will do a video about the Sephora VIB sale haul. Okay, so the next up, if you're a lipstick junkie as well, the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette might be an investment for you, especially if you're a makeup artist. You can actually mix and match these shades. It's about $48, and after the 20% off, you might get it at a pretty good rate. And of course, the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the liquid lipsticks, the matte ones are beautiful. They are not dry. They don't feel like wet cement on the lips. And I have loved using a couple of them. I own 2 of them. It's somewhere there in my stash, but I think by the time I find it, Alibaba might actually find some of his treasure. I don't think I'll find my lipsticks. Any which way. Now moving on, what else is there? Let us move over to B. Now, the beauty blender. See, Sephora comes out with their Sephora favorites collections, and I have actually put up images of these limited edition value sets that they release at different points in time, and I have shared the nude lip, this particular one, this box I have, I'm going to share it with you. So I would definitely suggest that if you are starting off, the beauty blender, one of the packages, the limited edition beauty blenders for all seasons, it's at $65. It's an $80 value. You might actually like investing in one of the beauty blender value sets at this time. Going ahead, the Becca is one of my favorite brands for highlighter. I have also given away one of my favorite Becca Chrissy Teigen palettes in my giveaway that I did a couple of months ago. So the Becca Chrissy Teigen palette is something that I would definitely suggest that you buy. It is at about $46. It contains 2 highlights, a bronzer and a beautiful hibiscus blush shade. I have loved using it. It's one of my favorites, and it's I loved it so much that I bought 3 of those to give it away to some of my readers on Instagram, and that's how much I like it. The other one that I really like is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter in Opal. I think that works beautifully for Indian skin tones, and if you're looking at a sort of a package, you could probably get the limited edition Becca Glow on the Go highlighter set. I'm going to be linking all these down below so that you can have a look. This is at about $20, so you get a smaller size of the highlighter and a liquid highlighter. So this is what I would suggest from Becca. Oh, also the Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. On days that I want to look like I've actually had no makeup on, but I still want to brighten my under eye and maybe just do a little bit of spot coverage, I think the Becca's concealer is beautiful. It looks so natural, it looks like skin, and I have loved using it. And one of these days I'll probably do a tutorial on how I go about doing this. So these things happen when I'm talking so much. All right, going ahead, Bite Beauty. Now Bite Beauty is San Francisco based. All of their lipsticks, their makeup is made from food grade ingredients. They are organic, and of course most of the brands that I buy and endorse have to be cruelty free. So this is also cruelty free, and I'm going to be suggesting, wait, where is this? Yes, this is the Amuse Bouche Liquefied Lip. Alright, this is in Chutney. This I bought in my May purchases. I absolutely love this, and I have been using this a lot. On some days that I want a slightly brighter tint, I have loved using this. It's long lasting. Of course, it's not transfer proof, but I love using this. You could try this. It was also in the list of Allure Best of Beauty in 2017, so you could try this out. The other thing that I would suggest is the Bite Multi-Stick. This is in the shade Papaya, and the thing about this one, please come out. Alright, so if you see, this is unused because I wanted to feature this in a video. So this is a very beautiful shade. This is something that you can use on your lip, on your eyes, and as a blush. So this is beautiful. It has a cream to powder finish, and it will look great if you're just wanting one look. If you have a monochrome look in your mind, this multi-stick, they have a beautiful shade range, so you could actually check something. What I also am thinking of investing in is the Bite multi-stick in mauve. I think they have come out with something for November, and they're calling it Movember. So I might actually try something like that. So the Bite Beauty's lipsticks and their liquefied lipsticks and the multi-stick is something that I would suggest you could consider. Moving on, the Cinema Secrets brush cleanser is something that I carry on the go to cleanse my brushes when I'm traveling. It's one spray, or if I can't really do this deep cleansing of my brushes, this is my go-to makeup brush cleanser. And now one of my favorites, the Clarisonic. The Clarisonic facial cleansing, sonic cleansing system is one of my oldest beauty tools that I think my first beauty tool that I bought. I have used that over time as a cleanser. I have gifted it to members of my family. My husband uses the male version of it. So I have a few brush heads for it. And now recently, I think earlier this year, or was it last year, they came out with a foundation brush, and I was of course curious, and I went and bought it. And the foundation head attachment is beautiful. It blends like a charm, and on days it has a feather touch sort of a blending thing that goes in circles, which some of us, even I, don't have the patience in going in twirls around my face. So that brush does it for you. And of course I just have to remove the attachment and then change it to the massage head. I'm just going to show this to you. Hello, where are you? Okay, here you are. Baba. Okay. All right, let's go. So, my dog's fur. Alright, so this is the massage head, and I can, whenever I don't want to use this, I can just take off the head, and once I'm done with my nighttime or day, especially my nighttime skincare routine, I use this to massage this into my face. And of course this is a part of a slightly bigger brush. I just took it out to clean it. So this is also possible. This you can use for about 3 months if you use it on a daily basis, maybe a little longer if you can, if you don't use your makeup on a daily basis or have a little less use out of it. The Clarisonic foundation brush is also beautiful, and even otherwise right now, especially with the sale, and not just now, not just the Sephora VIB sale, I'm sure with Black Friday deals coming up, you might be finding this as a great option to gift people that you love, and that could start at home. Love starts with oneself. Love yourself. Next up is one of my favorite setting powders. This is the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder, and this works beautifully when I am working with makeup for daytime. However, I did notice that there's some amount of flashback because I think this might be containing a lot more mica or silica, I think, and that should be contributing to the flashback with flash photography or nighttime makeup. So keep that in mind, but this is a beautiful setting powder. I love it. It melts into the skin. Next up is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Peel. This I have used whenever I want to travel. And if you've been following my skincare videos, I'm going to be coming up with a video which talks about using acids in your skincare routine, basically exfoliation. So this gives AHA, which is the alpha hydroxy acid. So this comes in these very comfortable sachets. So you use step 1 and step 2. First you take this one and then you wipe. It's a small towelette. You wipe this all through your face, and then after a minute you use the second one, and this will exfoliate your skin and leave it brighter, and it also helps with anti-aging properties. So that is one thing that you could buy. So this one, the bigger one can cost up to about $100–120. So just check it out. There are different strengths in this alpha beta peels, so you could check out whatever you want. And I have been using this for well over a year, and because I exfoliate only like twice a week, it will last you, one of these boxes will definitely last you over 6–8 months. So I have also suggested this to a few of my friends. They have loved using it. Coming up next, Fenty Beauty. And when Rihanna came up with her makeup line, everybody went berserk, especially with the fact that she came out with 40 shades when she was just debuting in her own makeup product line. And that was beautiful. And I finally decided, I found a sample and I loved using this. So I bought a full size a little earlier. I didn't wait for the sale. So this is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation in shade 230. This was the shade that I was matched to. After trying a few of these shades, one was too dark and one was too light, and one was just about a shade lighter, and then it oxidized. As every other YouTuber said, it does oxidize a little bit, so you might be okay to buy one shade lighter than your skin tone as long as Fenty Beauty is concerned. So I have loved using this. What I intend to buy in the Fenty Beauty line during the sale is the Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer. I intend to buy that, so when I do the haul video, I will be sharing it hopefully, and hopefully it should come in time. Next up is Hourglass. Hourglass, I have loved using their Vanish Stick Foundation, and one of the things is that the first thing that the lady at Sephora told me is to just dot instead of just streaking lines across your face. So I have used that, and it does give a very heavy look, but it works great as long whenever I'm shooting, whenever I'm doing television shows, it looks flawless on screen. So eventually in some cases that's what we are looking for, and it doesn't look so natural and doesn't look like skin in real life. But doing makeup for camera is a very different thing altogether, which is something that I think over years I have learned from different makeup artists that I have worked with, people who would advised me, from peers as well. So coming back, the Hourglass's Vanish Stick Foundation is something that I would suggest that you could use depending on what sort of foundations you like using. However, there's only one word of caution I would say. I would definitely suggest you go into a store physically, check, swatch these foundation sticks, and ideally foundation should vanish into your skin. It should not be lighter, it should not be darker. If you're using a darker foundation, you should be using that for contour. That I will let you know in one of my makeup tutorials. So that is my small tip. So I do like the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I've been using it, and I will be making a video of all my favorite foundations in a future time. So wait for that. And I also like the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It is in my other residence, and I have liked it because it gives a very velvety, satiny finish to my skin. And it does feel very silicone-y. But I have have loved using it. It holds on to my makeup all day and it's absolutely fine. One of the things that I'm thinking of buying during this sale is the Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. So these are the highlighting palettes, the Ambient Lighting Palette actually. The highlighting palettes, and I think some of these shades might actually work beautifully for Indian skin tone, so that's something that I'm going to be trying out. I also tried the Hourglass Confession Refillable Lipstick Set. Okay, that's a set here, but I've tried the refillable lipsticks. I love some of them. I just picked it up because the packaging was so pretty and the formula was so soft. It was buttery and it had a pretty good lasting power, and I loved it. So if you're looking at trying out a slightly luxury lipstick, this could be something that you could give a whirl. Going forward, Huda Beauty, the Instagram queen. Now, Huda Beauty has come out with foundation. A lot of YouTubers have been reviewing it, but I am not sure if I'm going to be trying it out just as yet, because I actually like trying out my foundation once I swatch it in store, because I think lighting, daylight, how it works, that's how I like shopping for foundation. So I might actually be trying out one of Huda Beauty's lip strobes and her Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette. Her first rose gold edition got a lot of mixed reviews as long as the Instagram and YouTube world is concerned. But Desert Dusk is recommended by, as I said, one of my favorite YouTubers, Stephanie Nicole. So I'm going to definitely give it a try. And now, going forward, Kat Von D, the queen of anti-cruelty makeup, in my opinion. She made vegan makeup cool, and in my opinion, a lot of her lipsticks are holy grails for a lot of people, and I'm going to be trying some of her liquid lipsticks for the first time, though I have bought them for other friends of mine who have constantly asked me, and I have loved buying it for them. My holy grail eyeliner comes from Kat Von D, and that is a tattoo liner. As some of you might know, and if you have been following me on Instagram, you know that when I did my giveaway, along with the Becca Chrissy Teigen palette, I did give away the Kat Von D tattoo liner as well. So the tattoo liner is a great place to start, and I find it very, very easy to use, whether I'm trying my cat eye and all those, mini cat eyes and those flicks and everything else. I have loved using it, and for me at least it is Chinmay proof. Even if I mess it up, I think I'm still able to rectify those errors, and I have, as I said, loved using it. I might be stocking up on one or two during the sale. And we are on to Alphabet L. As I said, this is my alphabetical order video. So now I'm going to be speaking about one of my other favorite brands, Laura Mercier. This translucent setting powder is beautiful. I have the travel pack of this. I have one more one more bottle sitting in at Hyderabad. And this, of course, the Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Foundation, beautiful. Matte finish. Works great in Indian weather conditions, especially if you live in humid cities. Medium to buildable coverage. I have loved using this. This is one of my favorite foundations to use. Moving on, NARS. Now, NARS, I had an issue with it because in China, I think because they wanted to start selling in China, they decided to start testing on animals because China requires it. So a lot of us took umbrage to it, and we decided we are not going to be using NARS anymore. However, it's only fair because this blush palette, I had one more which I gave away to a makeup artist because he liked it. This blush palette, this contains a highlight, and these blushes work beautifully on most fair to medium to dark Indian skin tones, and I have loved using this. However, I might not be purchasing anything new from NARS as of now because of this animal testing policy that they have. And yes, I do understand that it's particular to China, but despite that, I feel like it's a conflict of interest. But of course, I spend my hard-earned money on this, and I'm going to be using this. And this is, though, truth be told, it's one of my favorite blush palettes. I took the other one as well. This is the Unfiltered Cheek Palette 1. I have the 1 and the 2. I bought this a year ago, and I have loved using this. Of course, their Orgasm blush is a stuff that legends are made of. Their bronzing powder, the Laguna bronzing powder, is also one of the holy grail bronzers that a lot of people have been using. And their highlight palette is something that another favorite YouTuber that I follow, Kathleen Lights, she suggested that she loved using their highlight palette. I might not be buying it, as I said, from the reasons that I said a little earlier. Now, going on, Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona is somebody, a makeup artist that I got to know because of Kathleen Lights. Kathleen Lights, of course, is also another favorite of my YouTubers, very girl next door, and she keeps it very real. She doesn't push her affiliate codes all the time, even though she has one. I find her to be a very honest person, so I have liked following her tutorials and her recommendations, and I have bought, and I also got to know of Colourpop because of Kathleen, and I have become a huge fan of Colourpop because of her. Going forward, Natasha Denona comes out with some of the most insanely expensive eyeshadow palettes, and I bought my first eyeshadow palette from her during the previous Sephora VIB sale, and it was at 20% off. It made sense. Her mattes, her shimmers, her dual chrome metallics, all of them are beautiful. I have loved using them for all my shoots, and I just gave it away to one of my friends for something. So I'm not able to show it to you, but I do own the Sunset palette. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I own it. I am thinking of getting one of the 28 pan ones or the Chroma Crystal top coats during this sale. I'm not too big a fan of her ND Glow foundation. It's too dewy for me, and I think especially if I'm going to be living in Chennai, or if I go to Mumbai, or if I'm going to be in Hyderabad, it might make my face look like an oil slick, and that's really not my intention. I actually prefer a little bit of matte with hints of dewiness as long as my foundation is concerned, and I achieve that with my highlighters and everything else, and mattes work best for our weather conditions in my opinion. Next up, the Way. Way is a hair care brand, and I picked up the Memory Mist. It's there in my restroom somewhere, and I have loved using the Memory Mist, and I'm going to be stocking up on the Memory Mist during this sale. It's beautiful. It holds your hairstyle for hours, and it's important for me, especially when I'm shooting an entire day for one of these television channels. Moving on, Pat McGrath. I got to know about this makeup artist from Stephanie Nicole again, and Stephanie Nicole came out with this brilliant video called BOMB, which is Black Owned Makeup Brands. I urge you to go and watch it because of the way she breaks down on the kind of politics and the kind of opportunities that are denied to black owned makeup brands, and the kind of funding that they are denied, and how economically a lot of things don't work, and why they need more funding and help. She goes into all that, and then she's in the production side of makeup, so she knows a lot more details. Each of her makeup product breakdowns to reviews are very, very well researched and well thought of, and she's somebody that I trust because she's no nonsense, no bullshit, and it's very clear in the way that she says it. So when Pat McGrath came out with her matte trans lipsticks, of course everybody lost their marbles, and I had to buy one of the matte trans, and each time that I went to Sephora, the last time that I was in the US, it was constantly sold out, and it just came back in stock. So I immediately asked my friend in the Bay Area. Poor thing, she keeps hauling stuff for me, and she keeps sending it through some friend or the other. Anyway, this is the Pat McGrath matte trans lipstick, and look at this packaging. Look at this. Look at this. So much love, I would say. So this opens up like that. There's a lot going on, and look at that. This is like a work of art. So this is something that I got to know from one of the earlier YouTubers. Either you twist it like this so that this lip thing moves on, or you twist only the top so that the lip stays, and even the lipstick just faces you. So that's quite an interesting thought into the packaging. This is Omi. This is a beautiful pink toned nude shade that I have loved. So I bought one for myself and one for my friend, and I'm going to be sharing it. I actually wanted to buy the Elson, which is the blue red, and that's been out of stock. It's still out of stock. I'm going to be trying and getting that if it comes in stock again. And now the next one is the again the Pat McGrath Luxe Trans. Again, the same beautiful packaging. This is another nude. I have a love for nudes. My God. Beautiful. Her matte trans and her looks trans, they feel so beautiful. This is definitely hands down some of the best lipsticks I've tried. Clearly, it's worth it. It shows in the price as well, but I have loved using this. Next up is the Sephora favorites. My very kind neighbor brought this for me. I shipped it to his mother and she was very kind to bring this for me last month, and I have saved this as a box so that I could show this to you in this YouTube video. Now, this is a $224 value box set, and this is available for $75, and 20% off. You do the math, you will get it for way cheaper. So this is how it comes. And what I do like about this is that it comes with a primer. This is a Kat Von D Lock-It powder, the Tarte light camera lashes, the beauty blender, the full size, the Urban Decay all-nighter. See, there are probably 2 or 3 full size products in this. I think 4 full size, I'm sorry, oops. 4 full-size products, and that would be this one, the YSL Touche Eclat, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, the Beauty Blender, and there's one more, I'm sure. So there's this Hula's bronzer, the Bobbi Brown's highlighter, there's a NARS Chubby Stick, a Makeup Professional, and then the Marc Jacobs eyeliner, and the Melted Matte liquid lip. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful shade, and in my opinion, this has, yes, 3 full-size products, which is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, the I was Saint Laurent Touche Eclat, and the Beauty Blender. This is a great thing if you're buying for yourself, or if you're gifting this to somebody for Christmas, New Year, birthday. It's a beautiful thing in my opinion, and I am finally going to be opening this and using some of them. Of course, I have secretly used some of these and have put it back into this box so that I can show it to you. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I buy a lot of these lipstick collections from Sephora. This is the Sephora Give Me Some Nude Lip, and I have loved, I think this is the 3rd edition. This is $28, but it's worth $70, and it contains 2 full-size products actually, and 6. So there's a Ciate London Liquid Velvet, there's a Buxom full-on lip cream, there's a Makeup Forever lipstick, there's a Tarte Rum Punch lipstick, and then there's a Bite Beauty multi-stick in brioche. So this is also something that you could use, and then the Kat Von D liquid lip. So I have also saved this box so that I could show you how beautiful this looks. They also have the same thing in Give Me Some Bold Lips, so you have some bolder colors that you could buy. And we have the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. It's infused with the all-powerful guarana extract. It's smooth, it's tight, fast absorbing. Okay, so what I love best about this is the smell. Oh my God, the perfume in this is beautiful. I love it. I love it. So this is the huge size that I got for a friend, and it smells divine. It gives your skin, this is for your body of course, this gives your skin a little bit of a glow, and it's moisturizing AF. I love this. If you are if you come from a slightly drier I think weather sort of a city, this is something that you would love using. And of course, if you don't like perfumey things, you may not like it, but this is one of my favorites. Sephora has Son Park, the holy grail K-beauty skincare beauty water, and the Son Park beauty water is available for about $30, and when you get $20 off, you're going to be getting it at a pretty good deal, which is kind of close to what you might get with South Korean websites and shipping them and all that. So if you're looking at starting off on a K-beauty product, Son Park beauty water is a great place to start. It's a toner, it's a cleanser, it's a beautiful pick me up. I have loved using this. I'm in my 3rd bottle, and when I go into my video about the toners, which is coming up this week and the next, you will see that I've been using some of it. So the Son Park beauty water is a good thing to pick up. Next up, Sunday Riley. Now, Sunday Riley comes up with this lactic acid, the Good Genes all-in-one lactic acid treatment. This is beautiful. It deeply exfoliates the dull surface of the skin for clarity, radiance, and younger looking skin. Now, if you have been using acids in your exfoliation routine, you might be okay to this. Even for me, I found that it stung my face a little bit. but I use this like once or twice a week. This is beautiful. I have loved this. And this is the Luna Sleeping Night Oil. So this is retinol and blue tansy, I think. This is a next generation retinoid oil which reduces the appearance of pores and wrinkles while fighting the signs of premature aging and redness. So this is a package. You will actually find a smaller size package in Sephora. It comes half of this, I think. So this actually lasts about 6 months for me. So this is a pretty good steal if you're thinking of starting on an acid treatment, and if you've been using skincare for a while. This is a good brand, a really good brand. Of course, yes, it's expensive, but it's worth the money. Next up, Stella. Stella is a brand that has been founded by a makeup artist of Indian origin. So she came up with foundations for Indian skins. So she actually, I think, came up with a lot of foundation shades, and I think she came up with, let's see, she came up with about 21 shades. And I actually went to Sephora store, and I bought one of her shades, and I think I'm an S12 medium with S11 actually. I'm a medium with strong peach undertones. I have loved using it. It's a great medium buildable foundation, and I have loved using it, and it's in my foundation stash. Next up, Tarte. Now Tarte is a brand that I have loved using. I have a lot of products from this brand. I did share this in my Instagram. This is the Tarte Blush Bazaar. This is a great value set if you ask me. I put it up on Instagram a few days ago, and this contains this highlight shade. These two are highlight shades, and it has this plasticky thing here. If you want, you could tear it off, but it's reasonably new, so I have not done this. So these two are highlights, and these are blushes which I think will work beautifully on Indian skin tones. This I bought. This is in one of their holiday releases. I have loved this. I have loved using their Rainforest Rescue lip balms. I also love their Tartlet in Bloom eyeshadow palette. I own it. I've been using this. I've been getting a lot of uses from this, and their liquid lipsticks. I have loved using a couple of their shades, both the gloss and the matte liquid lips. So you could try out this brand. Some of their foundations are also good. This Blush Bazaar says it's made of, it contains Amazonian clay. So there's some skincare as well in this. Next up, Tweezerman. So if you're into grooming and if you're looking for tweezers, Tweezerman is the holy grail. I have always been buying my tweezers from Tweezerman for different purposes, and after trying a lot of eyeshadow colors, including really expensive ones like Kevin Aquan, this is in no way less expensive, but I found this to be the perfect shade for my eyelashes. For my eye shape especially. So when you actually go about buying eyelash curlers, I think you must take your eye shape into consideration, the length of your eyes, if it is rounded, more almond, downturned, upturned, all that, and then try which works best. And this for me, I think covers my entire lash, circumference, half of it, whatever. So I love using the Tweezerman's eyelash curler. Here's a tip. If you want to have a pretty long lasting curl on your eyelashes, ideally blow out into your eyelash curler, so that it will pick up some of the warmth from your breath, and then you can use this on a little more intensified level. Just blast your hairdryer onto your eyelash curler for a couple of seconds, and it will give you a really intense curl for your eyelashes. So that is a tip. In a recent Sephora haul, in which I bought the Pat McGrath lipsticks and this one, the Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder collaboration, this mascara is pretty. It's beautiful. I was kind of drawn to this because I saw how thin the wand is, and it's nice when the wand can actually reach the inner parts of my eye. I prefer thinner wands vis-a-vis thicker wands, because even though they might actually give me full fat lashes, I like wands that are a little more nimble. So I am getting some joy out of this, Maybe there might be a video where I break down the my favorite mascaras. That's that. And finally, Busy Art. This is something that I picked up in the last sale, and with 20% off, 15% off, I got a pretty good deal. Now, these are made for professional makeup artists, and these mattes are the best matte eyeshadow palettes in the market that I can see. I think if you had to splurge on two really high-end eyeshadow palettes, I would suggest, if you want to start a makeup collection, I would suggest the Busy Art or the Natasha Denona. These are really high-end, yes, but as I learned from Stephanie Lico's video, you get a lot more gram per dollar that you spend. And this is the dark matte palette, and this is the warm matte palette, and these are my go-to matte palettes when I want to be working with mattes, and when I want to team them up with other slightly more glittery shades and stuff like that. I have loved using this. This works beautifully on my skin tone, and they last all day. That is it, despite sweating, despite traveling, despite running, despite shooting. This works really, really well for me. So that ends my recommendations for the Sephora VIB sale. So here is another tip. If you haven't done this already, this is something that I learned from somebody. I'm not sure which YouTuber told me about this, or I saw it or found it by chance. Do sign up for something called Ebates. So if you live in the US and perhaps also in Canada, I would suggest that you sign up for Ebates. They have a hefty cashback. I stumbled upon it by chance, and I saw that every time that I bought something from Sephora or Bed Bath & Beyond, and even Target and Elf and most of these stores online, all of them have a great cashback going on. Right now, I think Ebates has like a 4% cashback on Sephora. So because Sephora is already having a 20% off, you get an additional 4%, so that makes it a 24%. And you get your cashback added onto your PayPal account, or I think if you let it accrue over 3 or 4 months, you get a check mailed to you. I have chosen the PayPal account because I'm not a US resident, and it works beautifully. I have got about $120 back into my PayPal account in these 9 or 10 months of using it. And I have bought a lot of things. I also buy some equipment. I buy camera lenses, and I get cashbacks from all of this. So I suggest that you sign up for Ebates. It's great. If you really don't mind and you are okay using my affiliate link, you can check it out below, or else just go ahead, buy it, refer it to your friends as well. And I think I have liked it. I really liked using it, and that's the only reason why I'm sharing it. So that ends my recommendations, and once I'm done shopping and breaking my credit card, I shall be sharing my Sephora VIB sale haul in a forthcoming video. Until next time, this is Chinmay saying bye. And also, I really hope all those people who ask for really long videos are happy. This is a really, really long video. Until next time, bye-bye.